Have you ever wondered if that feeling of weakness in your arms or legs is just age catching up, or if it could actually be your body sending a bigger message? What if the everyday effort to stand up from a chair, or the way you grip your cup in the morning, is a silent signal that something important is changing inside you? If you're in your golden years, or you care for someone who is, you know how each day can bring new challenges. We're here together, not to judge, but to support and understand. After all, facing these changes with love and honesty is the best way to care for ourselves and those we cherish. Today, I want to help you notice what your body might be quietly revealing. You'll see how the smallest clues, ones that often go unnoticed, can actually hold powerful information about your health. This isn't guesswork. It's about real signs and practical steps you can take. Take a moment to tell me where you're joining us from. Leave a comment below with your location. It's amazing to see how this caring community connects people from so many different places. And here's something to keep in mind as we get started. Sometimes the very first clue is hidden in the simplest daily habit. Let's begin with something you might be doing right now, without even realizing its importance. How strong is your grip? Have you noticed how easy or hard it is to open a jar, carry a grocery bag, or even hold a cup of tea? The strength of your grip might seem like a small detail, but it has a lot to say about your health, especially after the age of 60. Your grip is more than just the power in your hands. It reflects your overall muscle strength and energy. When your grip starts to weaken, it's often one of the first hints that your muscles might be losing their strength faster than you realize. This isn't just about opening bottles. It's about your ability to take care of yourself, to stay active, and to live independently. Health professionals pay close attention to grip strength because it often shows changes in your health before other signs appear. It's like a quiet message from your body, asking for a bit more care. Let's picture two friends. Mary is 73. She pays attention when her hands feel weaker. She notices it's harder to twist open a jar, so she starts doing simple hand exercises every morning, squeezing a softball while watching TV. Soon, carrying her groceries feels lighter, and she moves through her day with confidence. Now meet John, 76. He ignores the small changes. When his grip weakens, he shrugs it off, telling himself it's just age. Over time, he finds it harder to open doors, carry his shopping, or even write a note. Frustration grows, and he starts asking for help with things he used to do alone. Ignoring a weak grip can slowly take away your independence. Tasks that used to be simple become tiring or even risky. That's why noticing and acting early makes all the difference. Start with something small. Squeeze a softball or use a hand gripper for a few minutes each day. Stretch your fingers and wrists when you wake up. Every little effort helps keep your hands and your independence strong. If your hands can reveal so much, just wait until you see what your balance can tell you next. The precision when picking up small objects. Have you noticed how picking up a coin from the table or fastening the buttons on a shirt can become more challenging with age? The ability to handle small objects with precision is a subtle, yet powerful sign of how well your muscles and nerves are working together. Healthcare professionals often pay close attention to this ability because changes here usually happen quietly before you notice bigger problems. Imagine your hands and fingers as the skilled musicians of your body. When their harmony fades, daily tasks start to feel like difficult songs you can't quite play anymore. Think about Carla and Rosa, both in their 70s. Carla enjoys helping her grandson with puzzles and can easily zip up her own jacket, feeling proud of her steady hands. Rosa, on the other hand, hesitates when she needs to unlock her door or tie her shoelaces, her fingers trembling just enough to make her feel anxious and frustrated. While Carla feels confident and independent, Rosa quietly worries she'll have to rely on others for even the smallest things. If these small changes go unnoticed, they can slowly chip away at your independence. Simple tasks like holding a cup of tea or opening a jar may become frustrating or even risky, increasing the chances of spills, falls, or feelings of helplessness. These early signs often appear long before any diagnosis, and waiting to act can turn today's minor challenges into tomorrow's major obstacles. But there's good news. regaining this fine coordination is possible with simple daily habits. Try picking up small objects like buttons or coins, or practice squeezing a softball to wake up those delicate muscles in your hands and fingers. Even folding towels or practicing gentle pinching motions can make all the difference in endurance and accuracy. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't wait. Subscribe to the channel right now. Here, every video is designed to help you live more safely, independently, and healthily. And as you reflect on the precision of your movements, get ready, because the next sign we'll explore is often overlooked, but it can quietly reveal more about your well-being than you imagine. The way you respond to frustration can creep into our days in the smallest ways. Misplacing your glasses, struggling with a stubborn jar lid, or finding yourself stuck on a simple task. But the way you react to these moments matters more than you might think. If you notice yourself becoming more easily irritated, giving up quickly, or feeling overwhelmed by things that never used to bother you, this could be a subtle sign that your mind and body are asking for attention. These emotional shifts often go unnoticed, brushed aside as just part of getting older, but they can signal changes in resilience, patience, and even mental well-being. Consider two neighbors, Evelyn at 71 and Harold at 74. Evelyn has started to notice she gets flustered when something doesn't go her way, like fumbling with her phone or forgetting a word in conversation. Instead of ignoring these feelings, she talks about them with her daughter and tries new ways to stay calm, like taking deep breaths or pausing for a moment before reacting. She finds these small steps help her feel more in control and less anxious. Harold, however, shrugs off his growing impatience and irritation, telling himself it's nothing. Over time, he starts avoiding social gatherings and small challenges, feeling more isolated and less confident in daily life. When we overlook changes in how we handle frustration, the effects can sneak up on us. Our world can shrink, our relationships may suffer, and we might even lose some of the independence we value so much. But there are simple ways to stay ahead of this. Try building little moments of calm into your day. Pause and breathe when something annoys you, or share your feelings with someone you trust. These habits can restore a sense of balance and remind you that you're not alone in your experiences. Because sometimes the way we respond to life's tiny challenges echoes much louder than we realize. The weight of silent nights. When rest becomes rare, have you noticed how sometimes, even after a full night's sleep, you wake up feeling as if you haven't rested at all? That subtle emptiness, the mind running but never arriving. This is not just tiredness. It's the invisible cost of nights spent with restless thoughts, shallow sleep, or unspoken worries that linger until morning. Imagine your body as a battery. Without true, restorative rest, each day drains a little more energy, leaving you running on empty even when everything seems normal on the outside. Take Eleanor and Frank, both in their late 70s. Eleanor makes her evenings sacred. She turns off the television early, listens to soft music, and reads until her eyelids grow heavy. She wakes up refreshed, her mind sharp, her mood gentle. Frank, on the other hand, ignores the signals. He falls asleep in front of the TV, wakes up often, and brushes off his daytime exhaustion as just another part of getting old. But his days feel heavier. He's irritable, forgetful, and sometimes his thoughts seem to swirl in circles. He feels like he's always chasing rest, but never catching it. When we ignore these silent signals, our bodies pay the price. The immune system weakens, making us more vulnerable to illness. Memory lapses become more frequent. Mood dips more easily, and the sense of being in control slips away. Over time, this cycle of tiredness and unrest can silently speed up the aging process. But it doesn't have to be this way. Small changes, like going to bed at the same time each night, swapping screens for soothing music, or enjoying a few minutes of calm breathing, can truly renew your energy and clarity. If you'd like practical ideas to help you sleep better and recharge your energy, we've created a free ebook with gentle, effective tips. You can find a link in the pinned comments. Take a moment for yourself and discover new ways to rest with peace and care. And sometimes, the way we rest reveals more than we imagine. But what if the next sign is hidden in something as simple as what we choose to eat or the feelings we keep inside? Are you enjoying your meals less lately? The way we eat changes with age, but losing interest in food or skipping meals is not simply a normal part of getting older. When you notice your appetite shrinking, meals feeling like a chore, or flavors seeming dull, this is your body sending a message. Eating less or eating the same foods every day can quietly lead to weakness, low mood, and even muscle loss. Hunger is more than just a physical urge. It's a sign that your body and mind need fuel, comfort, and care. Let's picture two people. Margaret, who keeps a regular habit of preparing simple but colorful meals she enjoys, and Paul, who lately skips breakfast and often just picks at his lunch. Margaret finds pleasure in fresh fruits, warm soups, and sharing small meals with friends. She notices that she has more energy for her walks and feels steadier on her feet. Paul, on the other hand, feels full quickly and doesn't look forward to eating. He sometimes forgets to eat altogether. Over time, he starts feeling tired for no clear reason, his muscles weaken, and his mood drops. He wonders why he no longer feels like himself. If changes in appetite are ignored, the body begins to slow down. Muscles shrink. Immunity drops. Everyday tasks become harder. Even feelings of sadness or anxiety can grow. When the body is not nourished, it begins to shut down functions, one by one. It's not just about feeling hungry. It's about staying strong, focused, and connected to life. To rekindle your appetite, try eating at regular times each day, even if the meals are small. Make your plate colorful. Add fruits, vegetables, or whole grains. Drink water often. Prepare meals you truly enjoy. And if possible, share them with someone. Each meal is a quiet act of self-care, a way of honoring your body and spirit. Sometimes, the signals our bodies send are subtle, but they carry meaning beyond what we see or taste. As you care for your nutrition, ask yourself, what else might your body be trying to tell you? Just below the surface? When the table is set for one, there's a kind of silence that weighs heavier than any sound. It's the quiet that settles in when laughter, stories, or even small complaints disappear from daily life. When the coffee brews in the morning, but no one is there to share it. When lunch is eaten alone, day after day. This is the sign of emotional isolation, a loneliness that creeps in, often unnoticed, and slowly drains the color from our world. Human connection is more than comfort. It nourishes our bodies and minds. When we lose touch with others, our brains receive fewer signals of joy, stimulation, and purpose. The heart beats a little slower, the days blur together, and the body quietly responds. Studies show that isolation can raise the risk of chronic disease, weaken the immune system, and even speed up cognitive decline. It isn't just sadness. It's a silent stress that seeps into every cell. Imagine Margaret, who calls a friend every Sunday, joins a local book club, and celebrates family birthdays, even if just over a video call. She finds energy in these moments. Her memory stays sharp, her smile comes easily, and her body seems lighter. Then there is Harold, who, after losing touch with old friends, spends his days in front of the television. Meals go uneaten or are hurried through in silence. His energy fades, sleep becomes restless, and some days he forgets why he even got up. Emotional isolation is a quiet thief. It steals motivation, clouds memory, and leaves the body more vulnerable to illness and fatigue. This happens to many people, especially with age, but it can be changed. A simple message to an old friend, a weekly phone call, or joining a neighborhood group. These are small steps that can brighten even the dullest days. Sometimes, a 5-minute conversation is enough to remind us that we matter. And when the silence outside meets a tiredness inside, even balance and movement begin to falter. What happens when your body's steadiness starts to waver too? Those unexpected wobbles, a stumble here, another there. What if it's not just a distraction? That moment when your foot catches on a rug, or you wobble, slightly stepping off a curb, could be your body whispering a warning. Subtle losses of balance or brief feelings of insecurity while moving are often brushed aside, blamed on slippery floors or being in a hurry. Yet, these minor slips can actually be the first visible signs that muscle strength, reflexes, or even your sense of position in space are quietly weakening. Too often, these signals are ignored. We tell ourselves it's normal, just part of getting older. But when left unaddressed, these tiny warnings can turn into big problems. A single fall can lead to a fracture, a hospital stay, and even the loss of independence you've worked so hard to preserve. Imagine two people. Grace notices she's been a little unsteady when climbing the stairs or gets dizzy stepping out of bed in the morning. Instead of ignoring it, she mentions it to her caregiver and starts practicing balance exercises every day, using the back of a chair for support. She feels more confident and relieved, knowing she's taking action. Meanwhile, Arthur shrugs off his slips in the bathroom or on the sidewalk as just being clumsy. He feels embarrassed, but doesn't want to talk about it. One afternoon, a bigger fall catches him off guard, leading to weeks of recovery and a growing fear of leaving the house. The truth is, small stumbles can steal your freedom if you let them go unchecked. Falls are a leading cause of serious injury in older adults, but they are not inevitable. 5 minutes a day, practicing simple balance exercises like walking heel to toe along a hallway or standing on one foot while holding onto a counter can make a world of difference. Prevention is a path to independence, to feeling at home in your own body. But sometimes the changes we need to notice aren't just in our steps or our balance. What if the next sign is hidden deeper, felt not in our muscles, but in quiet corners of our mind or heart? What still weighs on your heart sometimes, what burdens us most, is not visible to the eye or measured by any device. It is the silent weight of emotions left unspoken, regrets never voiced, and old wounds that quietly accompany each day. These are memories we keep locked away, believing they will fade, yet they echo in our body's rhythms and moods. Science and experience show that when we hold on to resentment, guilt, or uncried tears, our nervous system remains on guard, our immunity wanes, and our joy becomes harder to access. The body ages faster when the soul is crowded with what should have already been released. This is not about blaming ourselves for what we carry, but about recognizing the gentle invitation to let go, to heal, to breathe deeper. Consider the difference between two journeys. One person has hidden their pain for years. They avoid conversations that might touch old scars, keep their regrets tucked away, and never find words for their disappointments. Over time, their shoulders tense, sleep becomes restless, and their energy feels drained, as if every step is heavier than the last. Another, sensing their heart's heaviness, chooses a different path. They write unsent letters, whisper prayers, or trust a friend with their story. Slowly, their breath flows freer, their mood softens, and their days feel lighter, not because the past disappeared, but because they allowed it to move. When we ignore this quiet emotional pain, it can lock us inside ourselves, making our world smaller and dimmer. It can sap our vitality, invite illness, and leave us feeling alone even in company. A locked heart prevents the body from breathing fully. To begin letting go, try writing your feelings, even if no one else will ever read them. Sit in silence and listen to what your heart has been longing to say. Forgiveness does not erase the past. It just stops it from hurting you. And as the heart learns to release, the body finds new space to live. But have you ever wondered what strength and meaning are still waiting quietly within you? Ready for the next chapter? Today, you are invited to look both inward and outward with your eyes, your heart, and your memory. Throughout our journey together, we explored the subtle signs that aging brings, not as labels or diagnoses, but as precious signals, reminders that self-awareness is a powerful ally. Each small detail you notice, whether in your body's movements or the silent corners of your mind, can become a compass pointing the way to more years lived with quality and meaning. Maybe you recognized something in yourself or in someone you care for, a new hesitation when walking, a quieter appetite, an unspoken sadness. These aren't reasons for fear or resignation. They are invitations. Invitations to pause, to observe, to cherish your rhythms and routines, to listen to your mood, to reach out to someone, or to let go of what no longer serves you. Change doesn't always demand grand gestures. Sometimes, the greatest transformations begin with a single, mindful step. Choosing to walk a little further, share a meal with company, forgive a hurt, or simply rest and breathe. The future is built from these gentle but intentional acts. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this video. That alone is a sign of care for yourself, for your loved ones, for the life you are shaping every day. Your presence here is deeply valued, and it inspires respect and admiration. Taking the time to learn and reflect is itself an act of wisdom and courage. If this message resonated with you in any way, I warmly invite you to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. This way, you'll receive more content designed to support, inspire, and remind you to care for yourself and those you love. Each video is an opportunity to grow more conscious and to live with more intention. Remember, it's not just time that weakens the body. It's silence in the face of what your life is trying to show you. Listen tenderly to your signs, respond with care, and never forget that your future is still being written, one choice at a time.